So this morning, I went to the Week to Warrior Kettlebell Club Facebook group. I posted a video of me doing kettlebell swings and push-ups and other stuff, and talked about my training program. And I think I'm going to do that every day, 5 minutes a day, posting when I'm doing health habits, because these health habits are things I just do every day. And Facebook seems to me to be catered towards things people do every day versus YouTube, which is like a broad conceptual overview, like courses, like books. Like YouTube is about the attention span of books to some degree. Like you can teach yourself books. Audiobooks do well on YouTube because they're very similar. And Facebook groups more gear themselves towards habits. Habits are just what I'm doing every day. I don't really need to think about it. I just do the habits every day. So I can just turn on my camera and I can talk to the Facebook group. And that way I can reach people who are simply trying to implement habits. And I'm really trying to think about how I can reach the most number of people the most effectively as part of my overall internet marketing campaign. This is overall organic internet marketing, but marketing in all these terms, I've done a lot of work in marketing, and what I've realized is marketing is really like fundamentally like this is kind of like how marketing works. Like fundamentally marketing is just people getting to know you. Sales is just people getting to know you. The person who knows me best, my younger brother, works for me. Like with me. I mean, you're 50-50 owners. So he works with me. He works with me, and like we work together, and like he invests large amounts of money in this, and he's like very invested in this company. And the reason he's so invested in the company and like the vision is because he understands the vision. He's been educated on the vision. He does the habits and stuff. So, and there's other people. There's like friends, my wife. There's like many people who, like clients. There's just many people I've seen who have decided to implement my practices, who are interested in my ideas. And what I've seen is that these are just the most interested people are the people who have just been exposed to me the most, who just seen the most of my ideas articulated. It's really, there's no specific campaign that can replace that or that seems anything other than that. Like that's like basically how business goes for me, how sales goes for me. And the people that know me best, that hear me just talk about everything I'm doing and just see me doing this stuff the most, are the most invested. So I'm like, okay, well, how do I recreate that over the internet? So, Facebook group, I did Facebook 5 years ago. I built that Facebook group up to like 3,200 people. And then I started I got so interested in that. I was like, I just want to keep doing this full time. Like, I don't want to have to work like a corporate 9 to 5, because then I don't have the time to be the person who's necessarily doing all of those things, because I have like a lot of goals outside of things. I mean, most of the constraints are like long term financial. I don't see that as like a long term financially viable option. So then if I'm working a corporate 9 to 5 and making videos and like trying to like make products in a business and stuff, and like it's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot. And anyway, I'm learning. So one of the things that I did while I was learning was learn how to use a Facebook group. Built the Facebook group up by attending this seminar. There's a free seminar. They sold a lot of people high ticket courses on the seminar. So the guy made like $750,000 in 3 days, which is crazy. To me at the time, I was like, holy cow, he made $750,000 in like 3 days. And teaching people how to run Facebook groups, but he taught me how to do a Facebook group, and I basically just did the Facebook group and went live every day, and that built up to a large audience of people. And I started trying to share more complex ideas, but I got lost in that minutia. Like, you can't really share complex ideas through a Facebook group. It's more just like community engagement. Like, I would just post and other people would post them doing the same things, and it just kind of like a lot of people were posting about them doing the same things as me. And people were eating raw liver, drinking raw egg yolks, doing kettlebell swings every day. Like, people were like getting in shape. Like, it was really cool, but it was very basic. So I was trying to also do insomnia research at the same time, like field research at the same time as I was doing insomnia coaching. I already had a lot of experience helping people with insomnia, and like just talking to people, meeting people, people hiring me in college, like so much stuff. But basically, that led me to say, okay, like, let's try to do this professionally. Let's see what's going on. I was trying to understand insomnia anyway, like my own insomnia anyway. I was reading books on it, educating myself at the time. I was sleeping very well at the time because I'd done carnivore for 2.5 years strictly. And then I was trying to figure out too why I had that reset it. And it did. And I'm doing that now. And I have a greater understanding of why that is. You can check out my other videos, like Strong Medicine is a video course I made at that time, which is very good. And I released my entire insomnia course that I've also done marketing for. And basically, what I've kind of realized, what I have realized in the process of marketing is that the things that I've just realized basically what people are buying. Basically, I've realized like what people buy, like what do people buy and how do people buy things. People buy things with their time often. Well, when people invest their time into YouTube, then they understand things. Then they're more interested, and it's not. There's no one-to-one correlation between YouTube and money. There's no one-to-one correlation between Facebook groups and money. These things are very they're passion projects, but they're passion projects that operate in a specific way. So I've realized, like, I'm very invested in like who I believe myself to be, I guess, and that involves me helping people and researching how to help people and helping myself through my research and kind of like leading people via product creation and industry. Like ultimately I want to take over like producing like collagen from cows, my own raw milk, producing my own meat to sell. Like I want to produce like everything that I consume. But basically following this trend of like I do research, I explore ideas, I test those ideas on myself, I see how those work, I confirm that with my own research. I then put the ideas out to a broader audience, and then um, I basically sell products based around the things that I create the most. So I've been creating my own supplements for an incredibly long time, and I can't get around doing that because I can't go to anyone else. So I'm like, okay, that's a useful thing for me to do. Meat, like I want higher quality meat cheaper and collagen cheaper and raw milk cheaper and closer. So that would be a project later down the line. Like just basically saying like, okay, what are the most persistent and expensive needs that I have? And then how can I fulfill those for myself and then providing those for other people? Because I see myself as an advanced health consumer. Like I'm just very, 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 very knowledgeable about everything in the industry. Like I just know, like I know all of it. Like I feel like I do. Like I just know so much about everything that's going on, all the treatments that exist and everything that basically all I've done when I've coached people is I just tell them a customized version of what I do for myself. And then that just works. Because it's also based on principles and based on research, and this is all stuff that can be communicated through YouTube, but not necessarily a Facebook group. So, and then YouTube also, like, you're not going to rewatch the same video every day, but a Facebook group's kind of like, oh, you flip on, you see like everyone doing it. It's very interesting, and that encourages you to do it because you see so many other people doing the behavior. So then it encourages like mass behavioral change at a basic level. YouTube then provides conceptual background for people who are like, okay, this stuff works really well. How does this work? Conceptual background. And then if you have the habits and the concepts, then you're very likely to also want to buy into whatever business model I have. Yeah, supplements, food, books, like whatever I'm selling is based on those things. Like I just do those. I study concepts and I do my daily habits, and then I build things for myself that make those two things easier. And then I make those available to other people when I feel like it's a very good idea to do that. So, and it's my job through Fordism ultimately, like Ford documents this very extensively, to provide such a compelling vehicle that people will objectively choose my vehicle. But this is sort of industry creation. It's like 0 to 1. I'm creating a new way of building a company by focusing on basically like long-term growth and integration of the company with life. Like, it's a life company. It's supposed to be integrated with healthy lifestyles and stuff. And ultimately, that's going to give me a competitive edge because my employees, who are like my soldiers, are going to be the fittest, healthiest, most high performing people on the planet with the most organized minds because they work very efficiently. They don't have to overwork, and they have time for those things that they like, that through my outreach is going to be predisposed to being people who agree with the mission, which means health, fitness, high performance, training, hiking, walking, outdoors, shooting sports, all this stuff. This is all stuff that, like hunting, like this is all stuff that I find interesting and more. I talk about all this stuff on YouTube. So I'm really building layers of attention, and like website forms a layer of attention. Um, Me doing jujitsu forms a layer of attention. Like, I'm really trying to understand the world and engage in consistent actions that not only build my capability but improve um, upon themselves. Like, appreciating, like healthy body is an appreciating asset. A growing YouTube channel is an appreciating asset. A growing ability to educate people on how to implement daily habits via a Facebook group that I can create and post in for free is a appreciating asset over time. This is all, like, books again themselves are appreciating assets over time. So, and basically I can go anywhere since I'm so far in the direction of health, fitness, high performance, specifically related to insomnia, athletic performance, metabolism, brain function, and hormones. So, specifically study all that stuff so much that I feel I am vastly ahead of a lot of people in a very specific domain. Like, in this very specific domain, I'm vastly ahead, like 20 years ahead of current research. Like, I'm at the current edge, and I want to keep pushing that research because I have my own health problems and I want answers. So that's what's driven me to do this. So I want to keep pushing my own research, but because I can push my own research, that also allows me to basically scale back all the way to the level of the consumer and say, what does the average consumer understand and what does the average consumer need, using myself as a gauge and saying, what's the most mass consumable, easiest to understand product that I make for myself, that I need to make for myself, that I've needed to make myself for at least over half a decade or more, and that the making of which makes everything in my life better because I can't find it for that quality or that specific thing anywhere else. So then I just make that available to other people, and then my main project then is to let people know why this is even better. Because again, it's at the edge of the market. Because if it wasn't at the edge of the market, then I would just have bought it because that would save me time. So most of what I've done on the internet is really understand where. I mean, I've done a lot on the internet, but I'm really trying to understand where, specifically with business over the last 5 years, as it pertains to health, fitness, and high performance businesses that I'm creating in order to share and cultivate this information in a community of people who can benefit from this. That is what I've been doing. What I've been doing with that project for the last 5 years is determining where the market is and how sophisticated the market is, and precisely where I can reach the market at which stage in order to reach people where they're at and bring them to where they need to be, and kind of determining where that is and then finding out the best place for me to begin to implement that through trial and error. At first, I was trying to release courses letting people know how to make their own supplements. And then when I got to the B vitamin, I was just like, this is too complicated. So I just started making them myself because, like, it gets down to like the dosing, and I didn't think people were actually going to take that much time, energy, and effort in order to get the equipment and the experience and the finessing it necessary. You can't just whip it up. So then I'm like, okay, that's slightly too advanced. Maybe the course becomes some sort of a marketing thing. My nose is slightly crooked. You can tell because the camera is a little better. So it's like now my nose is straight on, slightly crooked because I broke it. Fight Club, my freshman year of high school. But I think it gives my face character. But anyway, so I'm not gonna get plastic surgery on it. That'd just be weird. I think that, like life is interesting because you kind of acquire experience through your body in these ways. And it's reminded to keep my hands up. But anyway, so basically, and then I just tried to build systems that don't take all my energy to the point where I have to work myself to death based on the understanding that I've gained. And I'm now at a point where I can continue doing that, but in the beginning I had to absolutely work my face off. So now I understand kind of like, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to try to educate people through Facebook groups because that took too much time, but I can educate people through YouTube, and then I can help people with the daily habits through the Facebook group, and then I can sell the products via Amazon and Google, and where people are already looking for them, and then people just find the products and buy the products because it's what they're already looking for. And then from there, those people could find my other media outlets and then consume information, educating them on next steps. And then that would provide me with already educated people who already know about me when I create new products based on those next steps. So that becomes a self-perpetuating business model that allows me to continue to do research and product development, which helps me and helps you and helps the world. And that's just awesome. So, yeah.